Shalom Akim, all praise goes to Yahweh Shem Yahushua Shem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Citations to Akron did push this word on city honesty, the hopeful elect. No will. I'm part of that number. I'm the Korah Allah, and through the spirit, it's going to be a quick lesson. Food shortage possible as meat processing plants shut down over coronavirus. All right. Now, this is beautiful because this is going to actually happening, and it's what through the spirit, talking about our apostles, our elders, all right, our leaders have been preaching about a food shortage, all right, about a famine, okay, about pestilence, all right, and basically the downfall of Esau's or the so-called white man's kingdom, all right, and we're living in those times. It says concerns about a possible food shortage are growing as more meat processing plants around the country shut down. In a national news conference called on Thursday, the United Food Commercial Workers International Union said the country's food supply is in danger if meatpacking workers don't get help from the federal government. We will have food supply issues, which is why it is important for our government to get active, and they should have gotten active last month, said Mark Lauriston, UFCW National VP for Meatpacking. All right, says 13 plants have closed at some point in the last 2 months. The closure have resulted in a 25% reduction in pork slaughter capacity and 10% reduction in beef slaughter capacity, union officials said, which ain't supposed to eat no pork anyways. All right. Says tending stories, families file. Channel 2, Chris Jones acts America's largest food union in Georgia and Metro Atlanta will see a meat shortage. Okay. So that these different plants are shutting down, which produce meat. All right, they say 25%, 35%, but I mean, everybody knows America love to play a numbers game. You know, they'll say a low number when really it's a high number, and they'll say a higher number when really it's a lower number. Like going into the coronavirus, all right, and other topics, man. All right. Now, I'm going to these scriptures. I got a few scriptures lined up. I was going to them. Is this Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art, Ezekiel 33, KJV. Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And yeah, who's unto them as a very lovely song? The prophets, the ones out there on the highways and byways prophesying, all right, and waking up the elect, all right, and prophesying the downfall of America and waking up the elect, okay. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, all right, because they hear the words, but they do them not, right, man, because they hear the prophets out there speaking, but they're not, living their life according to what they're hearing, all right. They're not making no change in their life. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, right. All these prophecies come to pass. Like you've seen the famine, you've seen the pestilence, all right. You've seen pestilence cause the famine, all right. So these prophecies are, you can almost say they complement in one another, all right. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song. Salak, verse 33. And when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Right, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them, okay? Because you have men out there claiming America is going to be okay, all right? The troubles are going to pass, all right? It's time now. Now is the time to get your money up, get your money right, and things like that. Okay, then you have men coming out and straight up saying, "Listen, this place is crumbling. This place is going down. All right, the Lord is judging this place." Okay, and that's starting with the apostles and elders of GMS, and the brothers teaching in like manner around the four corners of the world. And when these things come to pass, you're gonna know a prophet has been among you. All right. What's this? Ecclesiasticus 39:29. Fire and hail. I'll go straight to the. Let me see. Ecclesiasticus 39, verse 29. Okay. I will straight to the point. It says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Okay, whose vengeance? The Lord. All right, the Most High. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in the fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force. All right, there be spirits created for vengeance, and appease the wrath of him that made them. And appease, man. All right, to satisfy. All right, so it says fire and hail, which is going to the destruction of thermonuclear missiles, and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance, right? So in the time of judgment, all right, that's the times we're in right now, man. The time of judgment, time of destructions, the time of death. All right. This is Luke 21:11. It says, I'll jump straight to the point. 10 is 21:10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's going on right now, like how we saw on the news. The U.S. Trump gave order for the Navy to destroy, I believe it was Iran, any ships or boats, any warships or war boats that's coming against the U.S. Navy. All right, so that's that war, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's that World War III brewing. And verse 11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, okay? Whether it's man-made, all right, or, however this thing came about, the Lord said what? The deceived and the deceiver are his, all right? So ultimately, it's coming from the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and it says, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. And when you look at the moon, you see the moon having all these different eclipses. You think for no reason, a blood moon, a red moon, all right? You think this is for no reason. This was the moon is dealing with signs and times, okay? So that was basically it. Now with that, I just want to say all praise goes to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem Kwakwadosh, and double honors to the apostles and the elders, millstone, and citations to Akim out there pushing spirit and on honesty.